I've been 3 tabling. Statistically, it's the right play. This is the one you wait for.
Maybe he was waiting for you.
Welcome to What the Flick. Ben Mankiewicz, Christy, Lemire, Alonso, Duralde movie I was incredibly excited for.
Were you?
Yeah, it's a gambling movie. And it's got,
true.
And it's got my hero Ben Affleck in it. I'm not even kidding. I was psyched, and the trailers looked. I don't like to watch trailers, but I saw a lot of this trailer, and it looked good. Was it?
Runner, chicken dunner. Justin Timberlake is he failed on Wall Street, so now he's at Princeton trying to get a what? I don't remember what camera I'm on anymore. Over there.
No, you're not. You're still on the
we're on 3-shot. Okay, great. He's at Princeton trying to get a master's degree in finance after blowing it on Wall Street. To make money to get through school, he encourages other people to go to online gambling sites. When the dean tells him to knock it off, he gambles his nest egg at this one poker site that cheats him, and he can prove that he was cheated. So he goes to Costa Rica to confront the boss face to face, played by Ben Affleck. And Affleck is so impressed by this young man's moxie that he gives him a job. And that's when things get crazy. Check it out.
Richie first.
This is the house.
Why the house?
The house always wins, which is why we don't have to cheat people.
But the math is right. Am I missing something?
No, programmers decided to write a backdoor into the code. You saw it. Came to me. This is a little something for your troubles. Plus, of course, feel like sticking around and taking a shot at a real business.
This is so much like so many movies where there's like the older mentor who is like charming and flashy and takes the kid under his wing. It could be Wall Street.
Paranoia we just had, which was the same basic.
What was Paranoia?
Remember that stupid movie with Liam Hemsworth and Gary Oldman? You've already forgotten that.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Right.
It's always the mentor who's shady and the hungry, protege and the feds close in and oh.
This was fun though. That the first line in the movie is everybody gambles, and I nudged Ben. I'm like, this is like a documentary for you.
It is, and it was okay for a while, for a little bit. It was really okay, I guess, until they got to Costa Rica. But no, it wasn't, because there's a lot of explaining. There's a lot of voiceover narration that tells you what's happening because they don't know how else to do it. Gambling movies haven't been good in some time. This movie is like there must be 9 montages in it. And sometimes there's a voiceover to tell you there's a montage. Yeah. Sometimes there's a voiceover over the montage. And you never know what he's doing. He's like got some plan that may or may not get him out of the fix he's in, may or may not put the bad guys in the eyes of the law, in the crosshairs of the law. An FBI agent I didn't believe existed for 1/8 of 1 second.
But it's Anthony Mackie. And he's charming as hell.
I think the movie gets better when it gets to Costa Rica, because that's when we get to Ben Affleck, who's the only fun thing in this movie.
I meant like plausibility. Like, it's just because when we get to Costa Rica, and this happens with so many of these movies, like they get what we're good at showing. What Hollywood has become good at showing is the glamour around gambling, around big money, whether it's Wall Street gambling or actual casino gambling. They know how to show a casino, and they know how to show, oh my God, the big winners must throw great fucking parties. Right. The girls must be so hot, and the music is crazy. They all dance like this, and they grab each other, and they have sex in dark corners, and wouldn't that be awesome to win $2.5 million every night? But that's all. But then people have to talk to each other, and they don't know what they're doing.
And as you say, it's a lot of complicated stuff involving like spreadsheets. And there's always the flash drive that has all the information on it.
And when Justin Timberlake has to speak math, bless his heart.
Or Spanish.
Neither of those things sounds particularly natural coming out of his mouth. But when he starts talking about we ran it through the plasma modal blah 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 at Princeton, I'm like, oh no.
Like, shut up and dance.
Yes.
It's like early Star Trek when they're just like they don't know.
But there's actors who can pull off that kind of jargon babble. He is not one of them. And I thought he was terrific in Social Network. I even liked him in dumb movies like In Time.
Al the Dog is good now.
The Friends with Benefits. I mean, like, I don't mind Timberlake as an actor. I think he's got something. I think he has a potential as a film guy. But boy, this movie is terrible.
And Anthony Mackie, you're right. Anthony Mackie's great. It's terrific. It's just not as an FBI agent.
Why?
Because that's not how FBI agents ever behave, even in Costa Rica.
So when you've been kidnapped by FBI agents and taken someplace to be intimidated, they did not act like
it was a whole nother thing.
The federal government, even when it can't convict you, can wreck your life through prosecutorial investigation.
Look at Breaking Bad.
Right. We know that can happen. Breaking Bad did it really well. They even described how it would be really well. They couldn't even phone this in. everything felt like it was, from a writing point of view, this all felt like sort of going through the motions, and then afterwards you'd be like, just write me a paragraph voiceover. It'll get us out of
now
this.
this is written by the Rounders guy, right?
I love Rounders.
Well.
Speaking of good,
love
good
Rounders. By the way, that's a
gambling
good
movies,
gambling
yes.
book,
Also,
And
we should
Croupier,
mention-
which you need to see.
I love Croupier
do,
so
yeah,
much. Oh
I
my
haven't
gosh.
seen it.
So also we should mention the one woman in this movie is
Oh,
Gemma
Gemma
Arterton,
Arterton.
who is beautiful, and as you referred to her, she's like a sex doll. Pretty much.
Total
She just
sex
shows up.
doll in
She
this
looks
movie.
amazing in all her like curvy dresses. She's like this old 40s kind
And
of
she's
siren.
like super tan, and they've got her wearing that lipstick that's like maybe one shade away from the tan, you know?
And she is really questionable in that she's beautiful, but like who is she aligned with? And it's all very duplicitous.
Yeah, it's,
and she's an idea. She's like a pretty woman to show up.
Pretty
and-
much, yeah. I've liked her in stuff, but not again.
There's
Not
some
in this.
real last thing, because there's some dumb scenes in this, and no matter how many dumb scenes in it, when Ben Affleck says something, I freaking love
Yes,
it.
yes.
He can't right now. he can't do anything wrong.
Yes, he's this
Like,
very
I-
charming
my,
sociopath.
my,
So good.
my joke in my review is that the only thing this movie is ever going to give us is eventual clips for the Ben Affleck Golden Globe Life Achievement Award.
Totally.
Although there is one shot where there's a plane taking off and the police cars are chasing it
Oh,
on the
yeah.
tarmac. I'm like, oh, it's the ending
Argo,
of
woo.
Argo. Okay, so let's do numbers, please.
I gave it a 4.9.
You are generous. 3.
For some reason, I gave it a 5. I thought it was kind of flashy and fun and forgettable, so I didn't hate it. So I gave it a 4.3 average for the three of us. It's at 19% on Tomatoland. Bye-bye.
It sucks.